Hello, hello. Whenever I start out by saying that, my dogs start to run. Well, Minerva goes nuts. Hey, hey, hey. And starts to run around. Then Baxter runs around and hilarity ensues. And also, every time I'm going to create a video or come on live, Minerva grabs her loudest chew toy. So you always hear the chomp, chomp, chomp in the background. And then Baxter always comes up for his chest rubbies because he's got a little itchy spot and he likes the rubs. So hi! Surprise, surprise. So I am simultaneously recording a video for my new podcast episode, and I'm on Facebook Live in the free group. And I thought, if I'm going to be recording the podcast anyway, I might as well come on live, and that way maybe more people will see it because I've got very important things to share. Very. I love you. Oh, how I love you. That's part of it. And talking to Baxter and everybody. Oh, my little buddy. He's so warm. Oh my goodness, thank the Lord. It's been in the high 30s today, Fahrenheit, because the last, I want to say 3 days have been very, 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 very dangerously cold, dangerous for puppy paws, and that's been challenging. So now he's all nice and warm, and he gets to take his longer little walks again, and Minerva gets to run around. They each have their own little things they like to do specifically outside, and they couldn't do any of them, so that was hard. So happy 2025. Mm-hmm. Hey, Julie. So I don't know when you got on, Julie, but I've just been babbling about my puppies and the weather. But yeah, so introducing the Sen Enras. What in the world? Who in the world is the Sen Enras? The Sen Enras are a group of spirit beings that came to me in specifically August of 2020. I had been just experiencing some inflammation. I feel like it was either my back or my hip or both. And I had done a lot of energy work on myself, but I was still feeling like that kind of residual weirdness of, even though you've released whatever you were releasing, but there's still sort of like this dull residue, and it was irritating. So I just said, universe, bring me the instant manifestation of healing for this that I'm experiencing. And what happened was that this group of healer beings, spirit beings, showed up in my realm. And I said, well, and they felt familiar, but I hadn't ever directly dealt with them before. It was more of a familiarity, definitely non-threatening, because, I would not have that in my sphere. And I said, okay, who are you guys? And they said, we are the Sen Enras. And I said, why are you here? What are you? And they said, we are the healer beings for healers. They said, you can call on us for instant manifestation of healing at any time. So I think it's because I said those words specifically. That was those were the last words to get into the realm of the Sen Enras. And I started working with them. I started working with them for self-healing, and I brought them in and worked with them with my clients in my membership. Eventually we started having Sen Enras Wednesdays, where my clients, I would, post Sen Enras Wednesdays, put in your healing requests for the Sen Enras. They are the healer beings for healers. And so they started to put in their healing requests, and the results were like amazing, powerful, fast, and yeah, like it's just been really wonderful. And then in 2023, as my dad was on his way out, he and I would talk to him on the phone every day. He started asking me for healing, like any little thing you could do to help, because he had some pain. And so I started bringing the Sen Enras in, and they helped my dad. They helped to ease his discomfort, and that was really special. And by working with him and calling in the Sen Enras, I would also be on the phone with my mom every day, who was with him, and so I told her about them. And then, so then she started working, like asking me to bring them in, and started working with them and calling them in for her own healing needs. And they've just been a major part of my life and my membership clients' life and my parental life, my parents' lives, and departure for one of them. And they're just, what can I say about the Sen Enras? They're kind of like laughing. I don't know why. They're here. They're connected right now. I think they find humans amusing, but they are here for us and they love us. And so yeah, that's a good start. They're here for us. Anyone can call on them. It's a group of spirit beings, as I've mentioned. They show me that they're from the 6th dimension. So that's very much a bridge dimension between, kind of what we're used to and all that is possible beyond, what has called itself to me the new cosmos, an energy or vibration or paradigm. And so the Sen Enras, because their healing is so fast, it allows us to do what we're here to do, which is to raise our vibrations and vibrate faster and become more and more expansive and allow more and more of this new cosmos energy, where everything is delicious and beautiful, and where manifestations happen super quickly, and where we become totally clear on our truth and our true desires. And, therefore we are more adept at creating the biz and life realities of our true desires within our own individual realms. So, so lately they've, in addition to, me being able to call on them for healing for myself and others, they started to show me that they're like, we have more to do. No, the dog's here, a puppy outside. I know what puppy it is, very loud bark. But, the Sen Enras started to say, you're meant to work with us in a more, what's the word? Basically, they showed me that they had messages that they were here to bring through for the healers of Earth, and that I was to be their channel. And I went, oh, so I'm just not only the connector for their healing gifts, but I'm a channel for their messages, for their healing, for the this new cosmos fast action healing vibration that they bring through. So I thought, okay, so obviously I knew I was going to be working more with their energies within my membership with my clients that, I've had for some time. But I thought, I need to bring through the Sen Enras transmissions in a more widespread manner, so more and more healers could, receive these vibrations, these transmissions, and they're very much about obviously healing, but very much focused on empowerment and prosperity. And not surprisingly, because empowerment for humans is one of my soul purposes, and prosperity is one of my earth purposes, that I've been working with my healer clients with for a very long time. Prosperity, and specifically now divine prosperity, as is channeled through me from the fairies. They are the divine prosperity transmitters for healer humans. And I work with them within the membership too. Okay, so back to the Sen Enras. So I thought, okay, so what am I, do I write a book? Do I do this? Do I do that? And then I was shown, and a while ago, several years ago at this point, I used to have an account, like a channeled message account from God, Universe, Animals, the GUA, and I would channel messages of empowerment and prosperity from them for my clients. And that kind of fizzled out because it just wasn't, as far as who I was meant to channel at that time, that kind of wasn't the aligned fit anymore. So I thought Patreon or Patreon, I never know how to pronounce that, but Patreon, yeah, and I really felt into it because I thought, I've thought about using that, bringing that old account back and using it to write a book one chapter at a time. And I started doing that, and then that fizzled. It just didn't feel right. But now with the Sen Enras, and they're clearly wanting to transmit messages, and they're wanting me to channel them into English verbiage, into words. They want to put their vibrations into words and transmit healing vibrations. So I can do live streams and channel the Sen Enras energy, through me for you. And since I'm already a sound healer, with using my voice to bring through healing vibrations from various and sundry sources, I thought, am I, so I asked the Sen Enras, are you going to transmit healing through my sound healing vocal work? And they said yes, but they were very cautious about it. They didn't want to scare me off, because I was like, I've never channeled you guys before, so it was a process. I had to kind of ease my way in and get used to all of this, and it felt really big. It felt very Abraham Hicks. It is very Abraham Hicks, but in a very unique way, very different as well. There's similarities, but they're just a different energy. They are the Sen Enras are specifically here to work with healers. I think Abraham is open to working with just anyone who's spiritual in general, anyone who is willing to step up and receive the vibration of Abraham. With me, it's specifically my soulmate tribe are the healers of Earth. So, but there's a lot of healers, so it still felt really big, and even though it was more specific. I've eased into it. I opened the Patreon account. It is called Healing for the Healers on Patreon. I'll put a link in the wherever once. Wait a minute. Oh, I know how I can do it, because I'm recording on my phone for the Facebook group. But I can go through my laptop and oops, that's not the right thing. So yeah, I do share some stuff on the free level, but the monthly, the paid tier, the monthly paid tier is just $12.12 a month. And the paid material, all of it is out of this world, fabulous, fantastic, super fast action healing, highly empowering, and prosperity activating. Okay, it's taking me a while to get into there I am. I see myself on Facebook. Haha. Okay. Healing for the Healers on Patreon. And if you're seeing this video later on my podcast, I will share that link in the podcast description. So yeah, it's just, all I can say is get in there and get, just, it's the kind of thing where you have to like be in the energy to experience it, and the words come through. They're very powerful. It's in a style that I wouldn't write in personally. I don't know how to, it's just very powerful. It feels very big, but yet it's very straight and to the point, which is very unlike my own writing. I'm kind of like, I like to be kind of wordy and play, stream of consciousness and playful. And not that they're not playful. They actually made me laugh a couple times. They brought in some references. They really study humans, and they brought in some really funny references that I thought, oh, that's Sen's. I didn't know you guys knew about. It was like the Muppets or something. And they're funny, which is another reason they chose me, because I like to laugh, and I'm definitely a wacky cat. So yeah, so that's really, I just wanted to come talk about them. And it's funny because sometimes when I talk to them, just to my clients or like my mom, they're like, yeah, I know those guys. Like, even though they didn't know they were called the Sen Enras, it's like, I've worked with them before, or they came to me before. And I'm like, that's cool. Like, and it's just really a neat experience to be like the spokesperson for these beings that other people are going, oh yeah, I know those guys. And I'm like, oh, cool. Well, I can tell you a lot more. I can tell you what they want you to know. And let's see, one of my ringy dingies wants to be worn. Do not chase the cat. I say to the dogs. So I know, Julie, I know you're on live. I don't know if you're still tuned in, but if you have any questions, since we're here and I haven't talked to you in so long, your picture on my phone is tiny, but I can tell that I love your hair. But yeah, so I popped the link to the Patreon group, and I'm going to be doing a live stream in the paid tier. Hi, Bella the boy, kitty. He always, yes, buddy. He's like, Mama. He always starts to be vocal when I'm recording. Yes, my little black kitty boy. He's such a goofball. Yeah, I'm gonna be doing a Sen Enras channeling live stream in the Patreon paid tier soon. I'm gonna figure out how to do that, how to go live. And at the very least, if I can't figure that out, I'll do a channeling video and post it in the paid tier. Definitely, I think within a week, because that's part of the paid tier, at least one monthly live stream, if not more, because like part of the paid tier is one written channeled message a week. And then I say, or more if guided, and it's definitely been way more than that. So like, they're like on me. They're like, we have something to say. Get on that screen thing and type, and it flows through. And they give like instructions for cool things, like how to heal your financial life. The one from yesterday was how to complete your soul-centered projects. It's like, instruction manuals from the sixth dimension, but they're very powerful and very practical at the same time, as being magical and high vibrational. It's just this world that it feels so groovy, and it feels really empowering to bring through and embody these transmissions. And I'm going to start writing some instructions on top, before the channeled messages start happening, that like, if you're going to partake of this channeled message, to really connect with the vibration that the words are bringing through, and allow it to integrate throughout your being and realm. And also, bonus points if it's a written transmission. Bonus points if you read it out loud as you go through it and allow your own voice to be a vibrational healing tool for your body, your aura, your realm, your sphere. It's just an incredible space to be in. So I hope anyone watching now or in the replay or on the podcast will go check it out. It's Healing for the Healers on Patreon or Patreon. I will find out how to pronounce that, especially since I've used it for years. I should know how to say it. But yeah, and that's pretty much it. The only other items that we're wanting to kind of be touched on I've got some healing offers. Obviously, I've got my membership, which the name always, transforms into new names, but it is very groundedly called Billionaire Witch Conscious Creation Cohort right now. And there's a special. I emailed out about it, but if you're not on my email list, I will post the special where you can sign up now for just $49 a month for 2 months before it reverts to the normal pricing. And of course you can cancel anytime, but we go deeper and deeper into the new cosmos healing and many resources within the new cosmos that have channeled through me over the past, I would say, like 3 years, all culminating in this super duper high powered, grounded yet cosmic healing space for the healers of Earth, for your empowerment, your divine prosperity, your soulmate client magnetism and attraction. And it's basically a one-stop shop for the healers of Earth to soulfully succeed. So I think I'm going to grab the link to that because I did share that in a recent post. And in my most recent post, yes, Bella, I talked about a 9-month-long one-on-one healing journey with me. I'm not going to get into that right now, but if you are in the free Facebook group, do read the most recent post about that 9-month journey, which is called the Heal Anything Adventure. And let's see, here we go. Okay, here's the $49 for 2 months special for my Billionaire Witch Conscious Creation Cohort. If I can find the Facebook, where am I? The Facebook page. There we go. Okay, so I'll type Billionaire Witch. And again, if you're seeing this on the podcast later, I'll include the link to this in the description. All right, my dears. Nothing more is wanting to come through. Yeah, I think that's it for now. I will be connecting with you again soon. And Julie, thank you for staying on and watching. It was nice to hang out with you. And to anyone who sees the replay or watches it on the podcast, whether on Spotify or YouTube or my blog, because I think I'm going to post it in all 3 places there too. Yeah, I'm looking forward to connecting, and stop in the Healing for the Healers on Patreon with the Sen Enras and me. It's fantastic. Love you guys. Bye.